Growing up, I always had a tendency to end up doing the things I hate the most. My least favorite part of wrestling practice was running. I would walk the part of the indoor track that people couldn't see until match days held me accountable. Track coaches always wanted me to run hurdles. I never once made the team. All those talks made my avoidance of the leaps in life become more than metaphoric. I used to look at track as a pointless sport. Recently, I've been in a space where the lines are always blurred, searching for salvation in the bottom of a bottle or on the back end of a blunt, trying to find a message in a mushroom, if you will. Moving mountains, trying to find answers in the world around me. Most times I seek solace outside of sobriety. I used to believe that if I didn't acknowledge my grief, that it didn't exist. I wouldn't even go to therapy until I realized I've been on an infinite meat as long as I could breathe, constantly yearning for the next morning. Yet the sunrise always has its way of running from me. I spend 10 hours a night chasing in the place I hate. Reality is never quite as I like it. My father always has a saying that he drinks once in the morning and a while at night. I always wonder what he spends his days avoiding. Most likely is coping or grieving or moving on. Or maybe life after. He was never much for forward thinking. My mother's death was very sudden. I doubt before it actually happened that he even ever considered that it would. Nothing is ever real until it happens. And even then, reality is subjective. I'm a father now. I always find myself in a constant state of simultaneous reflections and observations, the parallels of my sons, finding his way in this world, the intricacies of my daughter's emotions. My son texts me every day for a week straight, excited about a Thanksgiving visit. That same weekend, my father reminded me that he has cancer. The first time that he said it, I completely blocked it out. It wasn't the reality that I wanted. The thing causing this very sickness is currently my biggest vice. I look my mortality in the eyes, knowing the fate that awaits, and I still won't quit. I'm an addict. It's probably my first time admitting it. I already feel my air getting thinner. I don't want to be the dad, having to gas from wind, from playing with my kids. The more I see myself in my pops, the more I want to stop. But during this writing, he was in an accident. He broke 4 ribs. Roaming them streets near Lake Erie always has this way of taking the wind out your sails. Lights hit me with some lows, and I had the broken spirit to match. I guess we both in our healing phases. How do I keep my kids from getting stuck? This gotta be the last time. My personal hurdles can't become the same demons that my kids wrestle with in adulthood, or carry the sins of their father. They got their own crosses to bear. Perhaps I've crucified myself enough mentally. If the wages of my children's freedom is the death of my bad habits, then I have no qualms paying the fare. Meanwhile, I just want to steady my mind enough to have compassion so that my mini-me's don't become another mirror image, so they don't have to keep experiencing the living hell or find themselves like their grandpops and their father simply just running parallels.